Hello. So I'm often inspired by what I listen to on podcasts. And I love Brene Brown. So I'm pretty fanatical about making sure I listen to Dare to Lead and Unlocking Us every week or 2 weeks. Not too long ago, Brene had a woman by the name of Karen Walrond on her show. And prior to hearing Karen, I didn't know who she was. So I learned about her through the great Brene. Apparently, they are friends. At least that's what she said on the podcast. And Karen is an author. So she's also an activist, a leadership consultant, an attorney, a speaker, a photographer. Sounds like an incredible woman who has been through some very challenging times. And she talks a bit about that on the Unlocking Us podcast it's on accessing joy and finding connection in the midst of struggle. So I'm not going to share too much about the episode because you can go ahead and listen to it on Spotify yourself. And I do encourage you to do that. But the one takeaway that has really stuck with me is something that Karen said towards the end. She said, every morning when I wake up, I ask myself 3 questions. So consider this as you think about, could you begin to ask yourself these same 3 questions? So the questions are, how will I create myself today? How will I create myself today? Question number 2, how will I create you today? How will I create you today? And the third is, how will I create the world today? How will I create the world today? As a coach, lover of possibility, and believer in transformation, I'm always interested in this concept of creation. We create our experience of our life, of the people in our life, of our work, all of it. So consider, how will I create myself today? How will I create you today? And how will I create the world today? I encourage you to ask yourself these questions every morning and really take a look, dig deep. The question number 2, how will I create you today, is the one for me that is a bit tricky, right? Like the ad effect ness inside me, the victim inside me wants to say, well, you treat me in a certain way, and so I'll create you in the way that I receive your treatment, or in the way that you treat me. Remember, we are always responsible for how we are hearing people, how we are receiving people, projects, circumstances. So how you create someone else is not actually dependent on how they are showing up for you. It's in your hands. Take good care.